Listen closely. If you stand on the roads of Burkina Faso today, you can hear something different. Not the sound of politics, not the noise of promises. It's the hum of bulldozers, the clang of shovels, the laughter of citizens who finally see dust becoming destiny. They call it Faso Mêbo, let's build the nation. But in truth, it is more than a slogan. It is the rebirth of a people who decided that sovereignty must have structure and freedom must have foundation. When Captain Ibrahim Traoré spoke those words, Faso Mêbo, he wasn't just launching a public works program. He was declaring war on dependency. He was saying to the world, we will no longer wait for aid to build our own home. For decades, our roads were drawn in PowerPoint slides in foreign capitals. Donors made plans. Consultants wrote reports. But the villages stayed disconnected. The markets stayed far. The youth stayed unemployed. And then came this young captain, not a career politician, not a Western favorite, a soldier with soil in his eyes and fire in his chest. He looked at the broken bridges, the potholes, the abandoned highways, and said, if we can defend the nation with our arms, we can rebuild it with our hands. That was the birth of Faso Mêbo. Now, look around Burkina Faso. From Ouagadougou to Kodougou, from Kaya to Tenkodogo, the veins of the nation are being rewired. Thousands of kilometers of roads rebuilt, resurfaced, reborn. Villages once separated by mud and misery now touch each other through asphalt and ambition. Do you understand what that means? Every kilometer of road is a kilometer of connection. It means mothers reaching hospitals faster, farmers transporting harvests to markets without losing half to rot, children reaching schools on time, not on foot, not through dust storms, but on smooth roads built by their own countrymen. Le Burkina Faso renaît. La route devient un symbole. Ce n'est place sous les monts du goudron, c'est la promesse de la dignité nationale. And who builds these roads? Not foreign contractors flown in for photo ops. Not debt-funded corporations that vanish when payments stall. No, it's soldiers, engineers, students, and farmers working together, shoulder to shoulder. The military doesn't just protect the land, they build it, and in doing so, they restore something far greater than infrastructure. They restore belief. Faso Mêbo is not a government project. It's a movement, a new psychological frontier, where every citizen realizes we are capable. And that realization is more powerful than any IMF loan. Roads are not just roads. They are arteries of an economy. When trade flows, wealth circulates. When people move, ideas move. Since Faso Mêbo began, internal trade has risen. Local industries are growing where once there was silence. The state saves millions in foreign contracts. And every brick, every bridge, every tarred lane is an investment in pride. La souveraineté économique commence avec la souveraineté du travail. Economic freedom begins when labor becomes patriotic again. This is what Ibrahim Traoré understands, that a truly free people must produce their own progress. Burkina Faso has been wounded for years by coups, by terror, by betrayal. But Faso Mêbo became national therapy, a form of healing through creation. Instead of watching foreign aid trucks arrive, Burkina-based citizens now watch bulldozers they control. Instead of despair, they see dust turning to destiny. When a people build their roads, they rebuild their minds. When they mix cement, they mix confidence. When they see a bridge rise, they see themselves rising. That is revolution. Captain Ibrahim Traoré is not just leading a state. He is architecting a civilization. He has done what post-colonial elites failed to do. He merged the soul of a soldier with the mind of a builder. He doesn't wear medals for vanity. He wears dust. He doesn't travel to Europe for validation. He travels to villages for inspection. He listens. He directs. He builds. When he speaks, there's no script, just conviction. If we had continued like before, we would have left the politicians to it. That line will echo through African history because it marks the funeral of the old order. And he is not alone. In Bamako, Assimi Goïta builds. In Niamey, Abdourahmane Tiani rebuilds. Together they form the Alliance des États du Sahel, the AES, an alliance not of words, but of works. L'Union du Sahel, c'est l'union des bâtisseurs. The Sahel's unity is the unity of builders. Across borders, the philosophy is spreading. Build your roads, control your resources, feed your people, educate your youth. That is the new Pan-African Manifesto, and Burkina Faso is its laboratory. For 60 years, the world taught us that development meant waiting for approval, but Traoré's Burkina Faso says no, we are done waiting. They gave us aid, we gave ourselves action, they offered loans, we built loyalty, they preached governance, we practiced independence. Ils nous ont prêté des conditions, mais nous avons bâti la liberté. They lent us conditions, but we built freedom. Africa is watching from Lagos to Luanda, from Dakar to Dar es Salaam. The question is rising. If Burkina Faso can do this with courage and unity, what excuse do the rest of us have? The youth are watching a new prototype of power, one that doesn't beg for grants, but generates growth. A power that doesn't sign memorandums with foreign masters, but builds asphalt with local hands. A power that refuses to kneel because it's too busy building. Le Faso montre le chemin. Burkina Faso is showing the way. Look closely, every shovel in the soil carries philosophy. It says, we can do it ourselves. It says, sovereignty is not theory, it's concrete. It says, the revolution is not on paper, it's on pavement. And as the dust settles on these new roads, you realize something profound. Africa's renaissance won't come from conferences. It will come from construction sites. Now, when you drive across Burkina Faso, the land speaks. It says, we are awake. Children wave flags along the roadside. Farmers load trucks. The army patrols, not to suppress, but to protect progress. This is what a revolution looks like when the people hold the shovel. This is the asphalt of freedom. This is Faso Mêbo. Faso Mêbo, c'est la renaissance africaine. C'est la prouver que la jeunesse peut gouverner, construire et transformer. So let this echo across the continent. Let every young African leader hear it. Our liberation will not be televised. It will be industrialized. Our independence will not be negotiated. It will be constructed. From the Sahel to the Cape, from the Nile to the Atlantic, it's time to build the roads that our ancestors were forced to walk barefoot. It's time to lay the bricks of our own destiny. The revolution is not in the speeches. It's in the soil. It's in the sweat. It's in the sound of Faso Mêbo. L'Afrique se relève. Africa is rising, and this time, the foundation is ours.